Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Akash Divya, aka Akash Batista from Badass Developer Club. And today in this video, we are going to create a bottom modal sheet and we're going to give it a transparent background. So let's get started. First thing first, this is my project. It's open in my Visual Code Studio, and here we have main.dart file, which is the first thing which Flutter runs when it runs. So here we have this my app class where everything is gonna be under my app class. And here I am returning a material app which also has this theme data which I have defined here like primary color, accent color, and other stuffs. And in the home property of this material app, we have assigned it a class called homepage, which we have created obviously in a separate file, this homepage.dart. So let's get it started. Right now, this is the UI so far, which is defined here in my homepage.dart. And this is a button here for which I have used raw material button as it provides more customization option than raised button, which is basically a raw material button but with less options or functions. So we have here raw material button, and here we have this on pressed function, but it is empty right now. So when I click on this button, it does nothing, just taps. So what I want to do here is on the tap of this button, we want to trigger the modal bottom sheet. Okay, so for that we have to create a function. So I'm going to define a function here in my home page, of course, and I can name this anything like show modal bottom sheet. This is my custom name. I can name it anything, but I am giving it a name which is easier for me to understand what its function is. So inside this function, now what we are defining is another function which is needed to be named as I am showing you right now because it is defined by Flutter itself. So you can customize this one, but you cannot customize this one because this is what Flutter has defined. So here, show modal bottom sheet requires some things like context and a filter. And here in the front of context, there is null, which we have to change to context. And since we are giving here context, we have to provide context here too. So this is context. Now we have to give it something to return. So we are returning here a container. So this is our function ready. And now I want to use it here on tab. So I'm gonna write name of the function which we have created up there, and the function is ready. I hit Control S and I go to my UI to my in my emulator and see what happens when I click this button. So the bottom modal sheet is working. Now we want to customize it a little bit for our mood or theme. So let's go to this function where we have defined bottom modal sheet, and we have to customize this container. So I want this container to have a height of let's say 300. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, this looks fine to me. And now I have to give radius on top left and top right of this container. So I have to give it a decoration, and decoration text box decoration. Here in decoration, I give it a border radius, which also takes border radius dot. We are going for only because we don't want to give border radius to all four sides of the container. So we are going to give it border radius dot only, and here we will give it we're gonna tell Flutter where to create that radius. So on top left, we're gonna give it a radius dot circular of 20, and we're gonna do the same with for the top right, and we're gonna give it a radius, and I want it to be circular, and I want the radius to be exactly like one we have defined for the top left. You can customize these two as per as your requirement or your preference. It's up to you. So I have refactored the code here by pressing L Shift and F, and I hit Control plus S, and let's go back to the emulator and see what happens now. Oh, so it is not showing us the radius. Why is that? Maybe there is something that is not transparent. Actually, there is this canvas color property of any theme that is in the background. So I have to make the canvas color transparent. So what is happening here is this container have a radius, but below that there is already a canvas with color white. So what we need to do is we have to go back to main dot dart, and here in our theme data, we're gonna define one more property called canvas color, and we're gonna give it colors dot transparent. Hit S, and now when we press this button, it shows nothing. Why is that? Because the canvas color is obviously transparent now, but when we go to our home page and we look at this function, our container does not have any color, and container by default is transparent. So what we have to do here, we have to give it a color, but we cannot give it a color above the here around above or below height, because the decoration is already provided. So we are going to be here, and we are going to give it a color of colors dot white. I'm gonna hit Control S, and we are going back to our emulator, and let's click it. So here we have this bottom modal sheet, which we wanted to have a radius on top left and top right, and obviously now the background is transparent, so whatever is at the background we can see that. So just to be sure that our background is transparent and not of exactly this color, I'm gonna increase the radius of the bottom modal sheet so you can see clearly. Like I'm going to give this top left a border radius of 100 and this side of 0 just for the look, and I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna hit that again, and you can see it is transparent in the background. So I'm gonna go and undo that, and I'm gonna do it again. So now the bottom modal sheet has this transparent background, but there is a problem which we have created while we gave the canvas color a transparent color. What is that? So let's jump here in this search bar. As you know, this is a text field, and if we write anything, it's shown up here. And you remember when you touch and press in any text field, you give an option to paste, copy, and other stuffs like that. We are doing the same here. But look, when I do that, this tooltip or whatever we call it, it has this shadow only, but no background, and it looks bad because because we have set the transparent color for canvas color, so it's gonna mess up in several parts of our UI, and we don't want to create a UI that looks like made by some amateur guy or worked very lazily. So we have to fix that. So now what do we want here? We want the canvas color of our whole app to be the default one and not transparent, but transparent only for this bottom modal sheet. How can we do that? First of all, let's go to the main.dart file and here remove the canvas color and hit Ctrl S. So now when we come here and do this, this has this beautiful whitish background canvas color of default by default, and it says paste. Whatever you have copied, it's pasted there, and now you can do all sorts of stuff. So that's fine. That's fine. But what's gone here is the transparency and the look of our bottom modal sheet. So how can we achieve that? So this is our function, this is our button, and we somehow need to make this part have a transparent canvas, only this part. So for that we have to approach it in a different way. So here in my lib folder I have this components folder where I also have a search bar dart here. So I'm going to create another file here and I'm going to call it modal underscore trigger dot dart. Here I'm going to write my code, or just I'm gonna move my button here and my function to show modal. So I'm gonna import the obvious file, that is flutter material.dart, and here I'm gonna create this class and I'm gonna name it modal trigger, and I'm gonna make it a stateless widget because we are not going to change anything internally here, and it requires a function as always. And here where we are returning null, we have to cut and paste our button that triggers the stuff, the bottom sheet, and we paste it here and shows that the function is not available here. So we are also going to cut this function from here and I'm going to paste it up here above its override. Okay, I'm adding one more comma so it refactors. Okay, there is this extra comma here. I removed that, so now it's refactored. And F. And now I'm gonna close this one. I'm gonna go back to home page. Now in home page, I want that button to be here. So if I Control plus S, hit save, you see the button is gone. So I have to bring that button back. So how can I bring that button back? I have to import that Dart file, which is import dot slash components and modal trigger dot dart here. And here in this file, we have created this class modal trigger. So it's gonna act just like our button. When I Control plus S, it's back here. When I click on it, it shows perfectly fine. But now the thing is that we have to give just this part a transparent canvas. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna, instead of the button, we're gonna give it a class theme. And here I have to give it a data and a child. Child would be our modal trigger, and here data, we have to provide it theme dot of context. So this theme dot of context actually extracts theme from our theme, with main theme, which is assigned here in main.dart file, this one. But there is this function called copy with. Here in what this function do is whatever I write inside this copy with function, it's gonna copy the whole theme from the main.dart and replace or add whatever I write here in copy with. So for example, let's say I'm gonna give this copy with canvas color of colors dot transparent. So what does it do? So basically it going to copy all the theme data which is defined in the main.dart file, including primary color, accent color, font family, and scaffold background color, and add canvas color colors dot transparent with it for just this part and this child. I'm going to refactor it so you can see it easily and clearly that this theme takes all the data and add canvas color to be transparent for just this modal trigger or this class. So just hit save and go to our emulator again. This is our search bar, which is basically we have pasted stuff. So I'm gonna just remove all of that so it don't look bad. So this is our search bar, and you can see when I click and press paste here, there is the canvas color still there. It's not transparent. So let's hit this button and see what happens. You see this? The transparency is back. The canvas color is transparent for just the modal bottom sheet and not for anywhere else of the app. So it's gonna work really fine this way, and this is one of the way by which you can make it transparent and don't mess up the UI. So hope this worked. Hope this video helped you for your project, and thank you for watching my video. If you like this content and if you want more, hit like, comment on it, and subscribe to my channel for more. So, and if you want a video to make, want to know how I made this this status bar transparent and this bottom sheet, I have customized the color of the bottom navigation bar, uh, tell me in the comment section. And this code, this project which I am showing you right now, I'm going to upload it on GitHub, and I'm going to provide the link in the description so you can also check step by step of this thing and recreate it. So thank you for your time and have a nice day.